Would I? Hell no. No, anyway, I mean, for one, I tear through fucking shoes too easily. For two, I don't, I'm not gonna spend that much money on some Gucci shoes or a Gucci watch. I don't even wear watches anymore.
Well, I definitely wouldn't spend that much on a watch. I'd never wear it. But shoes, maybe. Admittedly, if I had enough money, I would probably own like probably hundreds of pairs of very expensive shoes. So,
Welcome to Bar City, episode 40. I'm Eric,
I'm Kevin.
the big 4-0.
Yep. Do you
Woo!
think we'd make it this far?
I mean, I kind of figured, yeah.
You kind of figured, yeah. I didn't.
Well, I mean,
I didn't think we'd make it. I figured we'd stop after 22.
why?
I don't know. I just thought of a random number. Mhm.
Well, like, I mean, we done talked about like we're doing this until we're bored.
Yeah. I think I asked you that exact same question when we did episode 20, if I remember correctly. I was like,
I
"Did you
think
think
it
we'd make
is.
it this far?" And you were like, "Yeah, I don't see why not."
Ugh.
Well, you'd be surprised
Ugh.
how many podcasts don't make it past like even really 10 episodes. So a lot of them
Yeah,
do that before they hit episode 10, or they just get
which
kind of burnt out. So
which is kind of stupid considering you probably ain't gonna get popular until your least probably closer to your hundreds.
yeah, it makes sense when you think about it. I mean, I mean, many podcasts that I discover are usually ones that have already been established for a while. It's not super common that I come across a podcast that's relatively new, especially one that's brand new. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it has happened, but it's just not very common. So, so anyway, how was your weekend?
So far, so good. Uh, went and played some games with my buddies last night. One of our
Oh,
little games are having one of their events, and the second part of it
oh man.
came out yesterday, and we immediately already got the new creature for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're pretty quick, long as the event ain't like one of those really long, drawn out events
Yeah.
about getting the creatures. The game is called Creatures of Sonoria. It's on Roblox. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do like Roblox. Like you'd think, it's like, oh, Roblox is for kids. Like,
Depends on what
tell you
game you
some
play on there. So,
tell you some secrets about Roblox.
yeah. Some games are more kiddish on there, but yeah, there's some games that
Yeah,
are
well, the
targeted for
cool
the
thing
older.
about Roblox is it's a platform for people to make games on.
Yeah.
Like you could have created your game on Roblox.
Yeah. Not that I would have cared to, but yeah.
You could still make money off of it too.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
yeah, Roblox has some dark history though. Yeah. Apparently they had to end up cracking down. It's been years. It's like early days of Roblox. People found some people have still found ways to do it. I've ran into a few some hangout games on there that have found a way to make their avatars naked, actually give them actual parts.
Hmm.
The way they do it is they private it. So where Roblox can't even look at it. I
Yeah.
don't know how they're able to do that.
I don't know.
And they only give out the keys to it to a couple friends or whatever, people that, pay them for it secretly.
Yeah.
But that's also why on Xbox and majority of Roblox games on Xbox and I think also you cannot see the chat or type it like
Yeah.
it's because like
They disable the
Xbox,
chat.
yeah, because Xbox itself can't regulate what's going on in those chats,
Yeah.
so it can violate their their policies they have, to protect kids, if that, because it's kind of a funny thing. They have policies to protect kids and stuff, and they'll even get in trouble if they let a game slip in under the radar that it risks kids.
Yeah,
So it's like it's kind of cool though. I mean, it holds them accountable and holds game creators and other people accountable.
yeah.
But get on there on the computer or your mobile phone, you'll hear weird ass conversations.
Oh, I bet.
Like I got on my phone because I was curious on why these people were surrounding this person that was sitting in the sink. And their shirt, I can't remember what it said, but it was something about, I think it was about something about abortion or something. I can't remember, something stupid like that.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'm kind of curious what these people are typing. So I got on my phone and looked, and they were fucking like cussing out this person, telling them they need to fucking go die and
that doesn't surprise me.
that they shouldn't be on Roblox. And this person didn't even respond. They just let their character just sit there.
Yeah,
Like this person came in this chat just so they knew that shirt would rile up people.
it's kind of like how the comment section is on Instagram. Those people just talk
Yeah.
to people like people have no feelings at all. I'm like, geez, people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No one respects people's feelings. I mean, I don't really either sometimes. And but
Well, I mean, I'm
like,
not gonna go out of my way to
yeah.
offend somebody, but
It's
that's like what these people are doing. It seems like they're just purposely trying to, you know, offend people. Is the worst way they possibly can think to. But if I accidentally say something, that offends some, I mean, I'll be like, well, I didn't
yeah.
mean to do that. And so it's kind of happened.
Like I'll tell you my opinion on everything and I won't like hold back my opinion.
Yeah.
And you get hurt if if you get butt hurt from it, you get butt hurt from it. But like I don't do anything that I don't do it out of being malicious,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, unless like if you come at me over my views and you get all really butthurt and you get at me, oh, sorry. You just gave me the green light to be the biggest dick ever, and I will attack your emotions. That's just who I am.
Yeah. That
But
doesn't surprise me knowing you.
I'm not going to just go straight up and be like, hey, to just random person.
Even though you do that to me on a regular daily
You're
basis.
not random.
As soon as I walk in the door to work and you just start tearing into me.
Okay, when you walk in the door, either I'm not even talking because I'm focused on something on my
I
phone, or I look at you go, hi, bitch,
don't recall you ever saying that.
because you don't actually pay attention when you first walk in the door.
No, do I not?
I have said, hi, Kev, how you doing? You just go over to the chair, put your stuff up, go
Oh,
over to the.
I was probably thinking about something.
You do that a lot.
Well, you got to speak up when you talk to me. I can't hear
It's selective.
you.
But yeah, uh, but yeah, Roblox overall is a good little thing. But yeah, you can find some weird ass shit in there. Like,
I just can't stand the controls of Roblox. It feels too clunky. So I've tried
well,
playing a bunch of different games on there, and I'm just like, yeah, I cannot stand these controls. They're annoying.
yeah,
It
I've
would,
had
I
to.
suppose I could eventually get used to them, but it would take a long time. So,
Yeah, well, I've also gotten used to playing like some of the games I play. Like the most weird thing about trying to get it, used to it is more like your attacks. They're actually key bound to like the left trigger, right trigger, and stuff. Like their specials and things.
yeah,
And then you have like the normal X buttons for like punching or whatever sometimes.
yeah,
And I got used to that because like, games like DCUO and shit.
I don't know. It's
But
just the way the character moves feels very like robotic to me. It's like I don't know. So, but like I said, I'm just
yeah, well, you gotta find the right game because your character's movement is game specific. Uh,
really.
because like there's some game, yeah, some games your character moves more fluent, more smooth. Like
Oh,
there's
it seemed like they moved all the same no matter what I played.
I don't know, there's the Flash video games on there. People made it for the Flash. They're
Hmm.
running smooth. Like and there's a Spider-Man game where it's really smooth going around doing flips and shit.
Oh, okay.
Because when Roblox, when you get to create the game, you create all the animations. You don't even have to use people's character models.
Right.
You actually have it's a thing you select that they're going to use their character models or look a certain way.
The way your head is like turning looks so funny.
Yeah, Jay asked me a
Yeah.
question, but like, and then some of them like creatures of Scenaria, they're all creature models
Yeah.
that you control, and the creatures move different ways depending on the type of creature. Damn, I can't stop yawning. But yeah, just gotta find the right game. But some of them are very like blocky or like robotic, like it's weird movements.
Yeah.
But also they get, creators on Roblox have gotten better and better at doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So it also depends on when you tried versus how, you know, to where it is now.
What are you doing? Are you still
I can't.
yawning?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
okay.
stop yawning,
It's just
dude.
like your face started making a really random face. Your face started making a random face. Yeah.
My face started making a random face.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the correct grammar, right?
Typically, people are like, you just had a random look on your face. I
Well,
think
I wanted to explain it the long way around.
that's the only thing wrong about you.
Anyway, is
Yeah,
that all you did
anyway.
this weekend? Just play Roblox?
Well, like we
Or so far,
watched,
anyway.
yeah, we watched some shows, and then I played some Roblox, and then the day I've just been really watching YouTube, waiting on you to get up.
I've been up. I was playing my game.
Yeah,
But yeah, I woke up, I started playing my game and Stardew Valley. Um, and then I watched a movie this year for Halloween. I've decided to do the old classic, like the way I said that, classic, the old classic monster Universal monster movies. I've been kind of watching those. I just finished the one today was the Revenge of the Creature. I watched the Creature Walk or the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
aren't you starting a little early?
Yeah, well, I got a lot of them to watch, so I usually watch them like I watch like a couple on the weekend. Usually is how I do it, and then by the time it gets up to Halloween, then what then I'll be done watching however many I watch. So, but yeah, normally because last year I think I watched all the Halloween movies, and then the year before that I watched all the Friday the 13th movies, which usually with Friday the 13th, those are usually my summer movies. I usually watch
Yeah.
those in the summer, but the year before I decided to watch them on during Halloween season, and but this year I was like, I think I'm gonna watch all these classic Universal monster movies. So
I haven't decided my movies this Halloween.
yeah,
I think last Halloween I did just paranormal movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
think that
trying to
was the
remember.
year before that. I might be getting my years mixed up, but I think it was the year before that was when I watched all the Conjuring universe movies.
Yeah, I
That
put those
was
with the paranormal stuff.
yeah. I think that was in yeah, I believe that was the year before that. So, like I said, I could be getting my years mixed up, but yeah, I watched all those. So, yeah, I
I don't
watched
know if
them,
I'll.
tried to watch them in order. There was a couple I watched out of order, but I tried to watch them in chronological,
Yeah,
not in release order.
yeah. Storyline order.
Right.
I know I have in the past, I think 2 years. I don't know if I'll start it back up again. But for some reason, I used to have a bad habit. But not really a bad habit. God damn, it's yawning. Oh, sorry, folks. This is a very yawny podcast. Next thing you know, we're going to do a whole podcast of just us sleeping.
Well,
I'm just, no, that, I hope not. Anyways.
there's people that do live streams of just them sleeping, so
Oh, God. Like, I couldn't do that because I'd be getting, the whole half the film would be like every hour of me getting up,
going to the
moving to,
bathroom. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's getting up again. Everybody in the chat. He's getting up to go to the bathroom.
And I'd be too tempted to be like, seeing what the comments section's saying every time I woke up.
Yeah.
How was it? But anyways, back on track. That's another tangent. I keep probably going like I don't see why people do that.
Excuse me.
But each their own. I used to watch, Nightmare Before Christmas right on. I would watch it at the end of Halloween on Halloween Day every year.
Yeah.
And then I'd watch it again on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I've heard of people that do that. They can't decide if it's a Halloween or Christmas movie, so they just watch it on both. So,
Because I mean technically it's actually a Christmas movie
yeah.
because it starts at the end of Halloween.
Right. Actually, I don't know because I've never watched. I've actually never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas. So,
It's not bad. It's an all right film.
hey, it looks good. I've heard it's really good. I just never got around to watching it. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid. And
Hmm.
then as I got older, I always intended to watch it, but I don't know, I never got around to it.
Yeah.
I still haven't. I still haven't gotten around to it. I'm not the biggest fan of I think one of the things that have I don't have enough drive to like watch it is I'm not really the biggest fan of like kid horror movies, if that's the right genre to call it.
Yeah.
So, and that looks like one of those. So, like a horror movie for kids. So, I'm not really the biggest fan of those. So, but I do intend to watch it one day. So, I just haven't gotten around to it. Because I
But
wasn't,
like,
I remember. Oh, sorry. I'm getting off on a tangent. You keep going.
well, like, so the previous video, if y'all haven't watched it, spoilers. I don't know why you would just skip one video and then go to this.
I do it all
Uh,
the time.
unless you start your video. Like your introduction for us. When we did the music list, I actually on purpose in my own head cut out anything from Night Before Christmas
Yeah.
because that would dominate half my list.
Yeah. I tried for the list, I tried to just stick to Disney animated, like the main animated ones.
Yeah.
I did cheat a little bit and use some of the sequels, but those I felt I was okay with those. But I tried to not do like any from Pixar. Not that Pixar really has too many songs in theirs.
Yeah.
But
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas was Walt Disney specifically,
right, right. But it
but it's
wasn't
claymation.
the main animated studio, whatever they call that thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and also it was all claymation,
Yeah.
which is really great. But man, I can't stop yawning. My eyes won't stop itching.
Because I feel like with Disney, they're such a big company. Like you could, if you allowed yourself to like just do anything owned by Disney, like you could. I mean, we'd be like there all day. You listing out
Yeah,
songs and movies and stuff like that. Like you're
because
like,
I had to cut High School Musical out of my head on that because
yeah,
that
uh,
I can literally make like 5 lists just out of a few movies.
yeah. It's kind of like when we did our top five Disney movies. I was trying my best to be more specific to, the Disney animated main studio movies. So, because otherwise,
Yeah.
again, if with that kind of list, if you did anything Disney, you could that would be a really far branch out. You could count all kinds of movies and studios and stuff like that.
Next, we'll have to do Disney TV shows.
Uh, I don't
I
know
don't
if
have a
I've
list for that.
yeah, I don't know if I've seen enough Disney TV shows to be able to rank them.
Yeah, me neither.
I could probably do Nickelodeon
Well,
in
here's
terms
the thing. I could fill the list a little bit because Disney owned Power Rangers for a little while.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. From I think it was Wild Force up until Shiza. I can't remember when they sold it back to Saban.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they
Um,
had because they did Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, and RPM was the last one, 2009.
I can only really actually think of five Disney shows that I ever actually watched. So so I guess though those would just be
Hmm.
in my top five, but only by default because I hadn't
Yeah,
really seen too many of
I
others.
mean
Kim
Power
Possible,
Rangers. Power Rangers covers my seven. Oh, if
yeah.
we did a 10.
Kim Possible, the Disney
Hmm.
version of Doug. I've seen that show. Uh,
Well,
and
there's DuckTales.
I never watched DuckTales. Like I know what it is. I just never watched it. Uh, and then I watched That's So Raven quite a bit.
Yeah, I watched that over here. Proud
Uh,
Family.
I never watched The Proud Family. I did know
Okay.
what it was, but uh,
Recess.
I never really watched Recess. So I seen the movie when I was a kid, but I never really watched
Yeah.
the show. I think I'd only seen like maybe two or three episodes. So,
Mm.
um, and what was the other two? I just had them in my head and I forgot. Oh yeah, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I've seen quite a few of those episodes. Uh,
Yeah, I only seen those because my cousin Logan was freaking obsessed with it.
yeah. My friend John watched that show a lot, so a lot of times when I went to his house, I watched it. I did get into it a little later because, admittedly, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody doesn't really feel like a standard Disney show to me because
Really
it,
doesn't.
it felt more like a Nickelodeon show, actually, I felt like. But because Disney shows typically, of course, there can be exceptions, but typically kind of seem to cater more to like preppy kids, I always felt like. And Nickelodeon catered to like your average everyday kid. So with most shows, of course, there's
Yeah.
exceptions because you had like Zoe 101 that was kind of more of a preppy show with on Nickelodeon, but then there were other shows on like Boy Meets World that kind of felt like more like an average.
Yeah. Yeah. They on the Disney Channel there's a
Sister
lot of their
Sister, that
shows.
was the other one I watched. Sister.
Yeah. I guess also if you calculate Disney show, would you have to because you'd also have to say like specifically on Disney Channel because also ABC's Disney.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would probably avoid the ABC shows. So
I mean Full House.
yeah, no, thank you.
Yay. No, I do like doing the an episode every once in a while of our top whatever. If anybody has any ideas, write down in the comments to see, like, hey, what's your top five, top 10, or whatever of this? And we'll probably do it at some point.
Yeah.
Because those are
Yeah. I
actually kind of
mean,
fun.
theoretically, you could make top fives or top tens of just about anything. So,
I mean, everything.
uh,
Top
even
five
even if you just
cereals, top
yeah, even if you just stuck
whatever.
to like entertainment, like you could
Mm-hmm.
like have all kinds of lists. So,
Because you got action movies, horror
yeah.
movies,
Right. And then you got your TV shows, then your video games, just sticking to those three main things. Like,
and
or and you could
then
throw books in there too if you wanted. So,
books. Then you also can throw music in each type of genre.
yeah, top five favorite cereals. I don't think I have top five favorite cereals.
I I might.
I only really like two cereals, and both of them are just okay.
I think
But
when I eat a bowl of cereal every once in a while, like when I decide I want some cereal and I go buy it, I'll eat the whole thing, all of it.
yeah,
But after like two or three bowls, my like nostalgia for it is satisfied. I'm just like, oh no, I'm stuck with it. Okay.
that's what I tend to do with chips. I don't buy chips very often, but when I buy a bag of chips, I eat the whole bag like pretty quickly, and
Speaking of chips,
and then I
right?
don't buy any for a while. So
So we were watching me and Jay was watching on YouTube, an old 90s commercials
yeah,
just for the fun of it. And YouTube actually done a commercial popped up on YouTube. It was a Cheetos commercial. It's technically it was partially Cheetos, more just chips in general though as well.
yeah.
But it was the Cheeto Tiger sitting there. He's like, "Go ahead, cheat on me. I know you'll return." And so I'm showing all the different spicy chips that are coming up now.
Hmm.
I'm like, wow, Cheeto's over there telling you to cheat on him because he knows you'll be back. What the fuck is this commercial? It was just so fucking weird. Mm. So if you yeah, I'm gonna. Have you heard anything about like the P Diddy stuff?
Yeah,
Did you hear that he came out with a list of people that were at those parties? He
no,
actually showed a list because apparently he keeps uh regular track of his guests.
oh no, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, apparently he came out with he showed off the list or provided some of his list or whatever. And like you got apparently at his house with all this stuff going on, the human trafficking and all that weird stuff, all the diddly stuff.
Yeah,
Like apparently Drake on this is a short version of the list. You got Drake, Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Lopez, Alec Rodriguez, Will Smith, Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ashton Kutcher, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Naomi Campbell, Mary J. Blige, Swizz Beats, Dr. Dre, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg, Lil Kim, The Weeknd. Apparently Kevin Hart was there too at some point. Nico Parrish, Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Pink, LeBron James. Apparently these are people that he
excuse me.
those are the top celebrities who attended his parties.
Yeah, yeah. None of those really surprised me. So sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, like he also we don't know how many of them were like victims of P. Diddy or anything, but like apparently Kevin Hart's wife, who is prone and I guess he's talked about it to like to want to know everywhere he's at. Like he can't go anywhere without her knowing. He's got apparently a very controlling wife.
Hmm.
Has apparently decided she wants to divorce from him because of P. Diddy's list.
Oh, because he was at some of the parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
over here
without her
thinking,
knowing? No.
not the thing is, from what we know about their relationship, because since you're a celebrity, your relationship's out in the public.
Right.
She's very controlling and knows everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
So she had to have known that he was at P. Diddy's parties if he went.
Yeah, because I was sitting there thinking if she already knew, then why would she be suddenly upset now that the list has come out that he was already there, that he was there?
Because she's probably trying to think, oh, my husband was such a monster. I didn't know he was going to those parties.
Huh.
But the thing is, we
Well,
don't even
just
know
because
what
they
kind
were
of,
going to those parties, that doesn't mean that they knew that that kind of stuff was going on.
yeah. I mean,
So,
that's going to be like the big old thing is the prosecutors and stuff are going to have to figure out who knew what and how much they knew. And
right.
like, dude, this whole thing's going to shake up Hollywood. It's going to be interesting to watch. Apparently, Kim Kardashian's already been arrested.
For what?
I'd have to look up the details. My friend was telling me about it last night. So apparently, she's also threatened to sue Twitter stars. It's a whole big old thing because people,
My avatar looks like he's scared or something.
yeah. Kim Kardashian parish chauffeur among 17 robberies suspected arrest in France.
Arrested for what?
Uh, apparently it was. Oh, this is old article. Apparently she was held at gunpoint over in France. Sucks to be a
Oh,
celebrity. Yeah, so according to leaked footage, Kim was allegedly heavily involved in Diddy's crimes and played a major role as his helper.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Hmm. I didn't even realize they were that close. I mean, I figured they like knew of each other, but
yeah, yeah. Apparently, there's some kind of footage going on. She was arrested, and I guess she's being questioned. Yeah, it's getting spicy.
reminds me of that episode of South Park. Of course, this is before they knew all this about Diddy, but they did a sort of a parody episode to parody Diddy's parties, and it
Hmm.
was Satan that was trying to outdo Diddy's parties, and he was trying to make it grander and bigger, and everything he was come all the ideas he was coming up with, they were already like Diddy did it, Diddy already did that, and he was like, it's like, damn it, what did Diddy not do at his party?
Well,
It's like, oh, now you know only know the half.
the funny thing is, since D's arrest, you could actually watch a drop
Hmm.
in Johnson's baby oil sales.
What?
Apparently, he's bought like tens of thousands of bottles of baby oil.
Oh.
Yeah, it's it's fucking crazy.
Okay, I have no idea how else to respond to that but to laugh. So it's just the weirdest thing. Mhm.
Yeah. Costco denies quip that Diddy bought 1,000 baby oil bottles. Like, there's apparently he bought like thousands of bottles of baby oil from a Costco or whatever. Like, bought their entire stock.
What the heck?
I mean, I guess if you're doing some Diddy parties, you need some lubrication. Yeah. And apparently, women weren't his only victims. Apparently,
Oh man.
Diddy men too.
Ugh. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was no one safe from the Diddy.
Yeah, that he is apparently has no preference. So,
Yeah, it's apparently DC,
yeah.
Warner Brothers and DC Comics sent him a cease and desist order because he went out dressed like the Joker on Halloween. They did not like Diddy playing like. There's a comedic that was talking about it. It was like, all of us out here on Halloween putting on masks and shit, trying to play up this, and motherfucking Diddy over here actually showing his true colors, like, I can walk freely.
Oh my God.
Coordinated to him as being as fucking psychotic as the Joker.
Oh man, excuse me.
People are jumping on it, man. It's entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean, it sucks for anybody that was the victim.
yeah.
I hope all of them get help and stuff. But the media is having a ball
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
Media loves this kind of crap. This what gets the money. So,
Like apparently he tried to get out of his bond
ooh,
so he wouldn't be in jail because he's sitting in jail right now.
yeah. Well,
It's a
supposedly,
$50 million with a $50 million bond,
yeah,
and they were trying to get the the court to take his house and his plane as since I guess they're whatever equal the price, and they refused to. They don't want to let Diddy out
yeah,
because like apparently I guess one person was saying something about the judge was like talking about how he might intimidate the witnesses.
yeah.
I mean, everyone thinks he killed Tupac, so I mean, he has blown up a car. So another interesting little thing in the media: Pokemon is still trying to
Trying to what?
sue Palworld.
Pal World.
So Palworld is a pocket monster game. So it's a survival game. It's with pocket monsters.
Hmm.
Like you can actually shoot them and stuff, and you give them guns, and it's this whole big old thing. But apparently, the Pokemon Company has been
Excuse me.
all out about trying to attack Palworld
Hmm.
and sue them. And thing is, Palworld is nothing like Pokemon. It's like they're even like their Pal spheres are like this sphere with this like I, stuff on it, and it literally goes up to a point over it. Like there's a triangular point on both top and bottom of the sphere,
Yeah.
and they're saying, "Oh, that's close to the Pokeball."
Hmm.
It's a whole big old thing with Pokemon. I guess they're just not liking anybody that's similar to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of it. Some of the characters do look kind of similar, but I don't know nothing about the gameplay though. That was
I
great
mean,
grammar. Well, that was
if
great
you,
grammar when I don't know nothing about no game.
I mean, it's open world. You
Yeah.
walk around, you can fly on the Pokemon or ride on certain Pokemon. As long as you can make their saddle or whatever.
Hmm.
You have different types of Palispears. You have the Palispear, the Mega Palispear, and all that shit, the Ultra Palispear. You catch the pals, you bring them to your base, and you actually put them in the pal box. And certain pals, and whatever you want, have like each pal has a specific skill what they're good at.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to working wise, and they also have like different traits that make them good for certain things. When you put them in the bottom section of the pal sphere, they peer out of the pal sphere and just walk around your base. You put a bed out for them to sleep on, and they go and they'll chop down trees for you, mine rocks. The fire types will use them to heat up your furnace to melt your metal. The electric types charge up this like looks like a Tesla coil that charges your electronics when you get up to that point when you have electricity,
Yeah.
and you feed them. You can breed them to get certain pals. It's a literally survival game with pocket monsters and pals. Yeah, just an open world survival game. Like when you battle with the pals, like you throw them out and they'll do their own thing. You don't even click on them. The only ones you choose what attacks they do is the ones you're currently like riding, or like one of them is this green squirrel, like one, and you
Hmm.
get its attachments you can unlock. You can unlock. He climbs up in your head and starts shooting a fucking machine gun. Yeah,
Yeah.
like yes, this is totally like the kid-friendly Pokemon games. Yeah, Pokemon just doesn't like the fact that they sold so much, so many copies.
Yeah, that's what people are. I'm reading a couple of the reviews, and people are kind of trash talking Nintendo. They're like, yeah, they're just jealous that they can't make a game with a lot less frame drops and a said what did he say 100 times larger uh uh than wait, what did he say? Team. Oh, he's referring to the fact that their team obviously was bigger than the one that made Palworld, but yet they
Hmm.
made he felt like it was a better game. So
Yeah, like I haven't played Power in a minute because like I was waiting for it to be up to, do some updates because they did have issues on the console part.
yeah,
PC they had less issues, but yeah, and they're on PC, Xbox. I think now they just finally ported over to PlayStation as well.
yeah, I
Yeah,
never heard of it. So
yeah, it got popular fast. Yeah, so we got P Diddy over in Hollywood, fucking Pokemon over there being shitheads to anything that's similar to them in the same genre that does better than them. It's a crazy, crazy world we live in. Hell, 27th. Oh, so you've ever watched the Harry Potter series, right?
I've seen the first three movies.
You know who Professor McGonagall is, right?
Sounds familiar. It's been a while since I've seen those
It's
movies.
the Hogwarts teacher, the woman teacher, the older lady.
Yeah, I do remember her. Yeah. They,
Uh, the actress for her passed away.
oh, okay.
And what's interesting, she passed away 9/27/2024. The actor who played the second Dumbledore, because the first Dumbledore, you know, passed away or whatever, and they had new actors to play Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He passed away 9/27/2023. Her face is just like, hmm.
Man, those teeth are really white. But yeah.
But yeah, they passed away exactly a year apart.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. It sucks. We're like pretty much almost all the actors who and actresses who played the teachers are passing away.
Yeah.
I mean, it theoretically makes sense considering how long ago it was, and like all the actors that play the kids are all full grown. They're in their late 30s and 40s now,
Yeah.
so I guess it makes sense. But like, still sucks to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just random facts today for me.
Random facts.
Well, not really facts, just random news.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like with everything that's going on in Hollywood and shit, there's not a lot of like really good news coming out of Hollywood for the most part that I've came across. But as we talked about, bad news sells.
Yep. That it does. People like the drama.
Yeah, I mean that's why they I don't like drama in a movie or a video game. Yeah, I don't like real life drama.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like drama in real life. Yeah. I don't
Ugh.
know. I never really follow that closely with what's going on in Hollywood. Uh, to be honest, good or bad. So, I mean, I only know little bits about like
Yeah,
news stuff, like mostly what I see like on social media and stuff like that. I'll be like, oh really? And then I'll kind of do some light research on it and be like, and then that's kind of usually the end of it for me. I usually don't go too much further than that because I'm usually just not interested in what celebrities are doing in their personal lives. So
yeah. I'm not typically either, but when something like P. Diddy's story comes out, I'm like, oh,
yeah. Well, that story's hard to get away from because like almost
yeah.
everywhere I go, they talk about it. I see it on Reddit, Instagram, heck, I hear about it in real life. So, and I'm just
Like
like,
my first introduction that something was going on with P. Diddy
yeah,
was the rap scene with like, Eminem coming back and all that, and then P.
yeah,
Diddy's son, the whole comment of no Diddy,
yeah,
and then P. Diddy's son tried to do a rap back, diss on all these other rappers that were always against Diddy anyways,
yeah,
talking mad shit. Like one of his lines talking about like, you just mad because we rich. Like you do realize all those guys in the opposite camp were just as rich, right?
yeah,
Like you're trying to flex your Gucci and all this stuff, kid, but they can do it too. They
yeah,
have all that money as well.
yeah,
Even me, as a damn security guard, can go buy a pair of fucking Gucci's.
yeah,
Would I? Hell no. No, I'm anyway. I mean, for one, I tear through fucking shoes too easily. For two, I don't. I'm not gonna spend that much money on some Gucci shoes or a Gucci watch. I don't even wear watches anymore.
Well, I definitely wouldn't spend that much on a watch. I'd never wear it. But shoes, maybe. Admittedly, if I had enough money, I would probably own like probably hundreds of pairs of very expensive shoes. So,
So note to everyone listening or watching on YouTube. If we make it big, remember all your money is going to go to Kevin's very expensive shoe.
my shoe closet. Yeah. I'll even record a short little video and maybe
Oh
post it on
God.
Instagram or something. Be like, see,
We'll
this
have to
is
have
where all
a
your money's going.
whole podcast introducing your shoes.
Flex my shoes. Yeah. Some of these shoes I've never even worn.
Oh God.
Or I only tried them on for like a minute in my room and then yeah, took them right back
Honestly, that would be an episode that I'm like, you know what? I'm on vacation for that. You can be a solo
out.
episode. Um, uh,
I mean, I would buy clothes too, but shoes would be the biggest. Definitely, definitely a shoe guy, and pretty much the only thing that holds me back from buying more shoes and more expensive shoes is the fact that I don't have enough money to do it. So,
I'm I'm not a clothes person or a shoes person.
I love buying clothes, but admittedly, I get tired of them very. Like I do this thing where I'll buy new clothes, and then like a few months later, I don't even really want to wear them anymore.
Uh,
And, so that would probably be another problem. Now, I wouldn't spend as much money on clothes, admittedly, as I would shoes. But yeah, I would probably have like boxes and all kinds of crap just full of clothes that I bought uh like a month ago and then just got tired of
yeah,
wearing it and wanted something new. I would be like a housewife in the 50s, that stereotypical, they always want a new dress. It's like, I
yeah.
just bought that dress for you a month ago. Yeah, that old thing, I want a new thing. That would be me. Like, I would want new clothes. Like, I just bought
Well,
they're a month old. No, I need some new clothes.
and you got me when I'm able to, be gun making the studio back. And we go actually to the point where we're actually showing our actual faces, such as the avatars. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be swords. anime
And
shit,
I'll be wearing
collectibles.
a new set of clothes every single
It's just gonna have you with shoes behind you and a new set of clothes every time.
shoe display. Yeah, I love it. I love it. No,
uh,
I would buy some nerdy stuff too, particularly with like Elder Scrolls related stuff.
yeah,
So definitely for sure. I'd probably have a collection of like all kinds of I mean, I've wanted to buy like some of the books and stuff on the physical books
yeah.
on the Elder
I
Scrolls.
know. I've decided if I
I
was
don't
to
really
ever
have
buy
the need for 'em.
another copy of Skyrim again,
Yeah.
it'd be for like VR.
Oh yeah.
I would
Um
love to play Skyrim VR. That
yeah.
seems so freaking fun.
I have a friend that owns the VR version of that. My friend Eric, his name actually. Uh, he said he likes it, but I was just like, well, I'm not really into VR, but if I was, yeah, it sounds like it'd be really cool to play.
Oh,
So
yeah, I'm big into VR. There's a
yeah,
lot. Like I have a gaming computer that can run VR stuff.
yeah,
I just have for one set it up, get all the stuff I need to set it up with, and then buy the VR stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I would love to go into VR. It's freaking fun.
yeah. I just never that concept just never really appealed to me. So
It, oh heck, I remember. So I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Me and Jared was talking, and we were talking about like if like they ever made it to where like you can do a full dive like in the anime, Sword Art Online and stuff, or like Ready Player One, and you can just full dive. That we would, he was like, I will literally give every one person that wants to do it, once they get it, a whole week off. He's like, I don't care if I have to work extra. So as long as I get my 1 week off for it, just so have an entire week just to enjoy it, enjoy the concept of full dive.
wow.
Yeah. I would like, even though I've watched some like shit like SAO where they were trapped in it, they died in the video game, they died in real life, or honestly, scary to me is Log Horizon. Leave it in the comments and chat below if any of you guys that watch these anime. If you die and you do get resurrected, you lose a little bit of your memory
Hmm.
every time you're resurrected, which to me is scarier. I would rather if I die just be dead than be alive and be like, I know that I'm forgetting something. There's something about my life I am forgetting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Because
depending on
eventually,
what it is, there's some things you could theoretically relearn. Of course, that would depend on what it is, but
yeah, but like I would want to remember why I want to get out of the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, what's the point in getting out of the game, trying to find your way back into reality? If once you get back to reality, you do not remember who you were there or anybody that, you were had some kind of relationship with.
Yeah.
I would just be dead. I don't know. What would you rather be?
Uh,
Just you die, or if you die, you come back and lose a bit of your memory.
in real life, uh, or in a game.
Either or.
Well, in a game, I would rather come back with some of my memory, but because
You
otherwise,
mean
if I
lose?
die, completely dead, then I'm like, I guess game over forever. Uh, uh, or I'd have to create a new character, I suppose.
Well, no, they died in the game. They died in real life.
Oh,
Yeah, that's SAO. The nerve gear, which is their technology that goes over their head, they lay on their bed or whatever, they hit, they say the phrase link start,
yeah.
and the nerve gear transports their mind into the VR, into the game world. And
Like
the
the
guy who
Matrix.
created the game,
Yeah.
he had set it to where if you die, the nerve gear sends an electrical shock to your brainstem and kills you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't play a game like that.
Well, the thing is, they didn't know that it was that way. It was like the first big announcement of the game, SEO, because the nerve gear the company that created the Nerd Gear created multiple games, and they came out with the newest game, SAO, Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
So people flocked to buy it and all that. And they put it in the computer, and they stuck the Nerve Gear on, and they were playing day one. And they went. And a lot of them, when they went to log out, they found that the log out button was no longer there.
Yeah.
And the guy who created the game showed up in his game master avatar and told him what was going on. Told him what he had done. Because by the time they knew what was going on, people in the real world had already started figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because people had already died, and or if somebody went to remove the nerve gear, it killed them. So it had already become this big old thing outside the game in the real world that they didn't know about because they were just playing a game, not thinking about it. Thinking, oh, the logout is not there. It's probably a bug issue right now. It's day one. They have to get it fixed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And they all get summoned to the town square of the first world, and it's like, surprise! You're in a death game now. And apparently, immediately, a bunch of people just committed suicide.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Think like, I'm trying to remember, like,
Reminds me of that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy gets loaded into that game that he wished for. And
yeah,
the only way to get out of the game was he had to beat the game. So,
damn.
because he made it to where he couldn't wish himself out of it. So,
Yeah, of the total, apparently there was a total of, so the game had 10,000 people logged in.
yeah.
And in the first month of SAO, 3,853 people died. And they were trapped in it for like a year or so. Combined with lethal dungeon traps and bosses, player killing, that people would actually, even though they knew it was people dying, they would actually still kill people. Crime, suicides, a slow dwindling population, increasing difficulty on the higher floors. Yeah, like people were committing suicide, people were killing other people. I'm like, what the fuck? Whereas in Log Horizon, they found out, oh, you can still die, but then you don't know what, the side effect was until the very end where I got to. I don't know. I didn't see there's more seasons. It's been a while. But he realized you actually see him in this little other section of the virtual world, and you see his memory start to fade away of a certain memory. And that's how he found out, oh, so they're losing their memory, certain their aspects of their memories every time they die and respawn.
Hmm.
But yeah, Log Horizon was more to me like more realistic to how people would react. Because like the first thing people did was like immediately when they woke up in the video game, it's like I think a lot of them they weren't even logged on or whatever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're in their game. Uh, it hasn't explained it, like where at least where I was how they got in there, and they just like, well, what if we die here? So the players became very cautious and set up ways to survive. And there was not really people killing. Because also my thing about it, like if you go into one of those death games like that and you kill someone, like once if you ever get freed and you're still alive, and somebody like knows because in SAO they gave them this mirror that popped in their inventory that actually made their avatar turn into their actual face. They actually became who they are in real life instead of who their avatar was they created.
Hmm.
So I'm like, people know what you look like. Like if you killed a motherfucker's friend and they're still alive and they come out, they're gonna find your ass. Like you're gonna probably be arrested because you just murdered a motherfucker. Even though it was in a video game, it's still they still died in real life.
Yeah.
There's whole like groups of PKers, player killers. Well, okay, that's my rant on SAO horror. But no, I think full dive would be cool though, minus the potential chance of that. You wouldn't want to do a full dive?
A full dive.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Like basically, your body shuts down and your brain is now in control of a new body in the virtual world.
Mm, I'd I'd be interested. I would depends on how it was handled. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to do it that way where it was like a video game though. Like, but if they had like
How
maybe
is they gonna do it?
a life, if they had like some kind of life simulation thing, I would be at least look into it to see what it was like. So
Like what you're gonna do it is like you body stops, you control a robot or something. Like so you do it for a life simulator, but you wouldn't do it for like a MMORPG.
no, not in a video game type fashion. No,
Hmm.
some type of like if like let's say people could make different types of life simulators to with different things in them, different alternative realities to life or whatever. I
Wouldn't
would
that still be a video game?
not really because you're not competing in anything in that aspect unless someone made a life simulator that way, but I wouldn't play those life simulators.
So you
I
wouldn't
would
play a life simulator where it's like our world just slightly altered, where you can be someone whole new in our world.
right, that's what I'm talking about. Like something like that, I would at least look at it to see if it looks like it would interest me. But again, it depends on how they would make it. So,
Yeah.
and it would also depend on the rules and the variables and all that stuff. So,
I would definitely try out life simulators, but I would want
but yeah, I would not want to just like play an MMO that way. So,
to. I would. That'd be fucking fun because
no,
it
no.
feel less restricting to me, because I'm actually able to like use what the skills I know from the real world if it's like a sword fighting game to help me in a video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You good?
Yeah.
No? Do you have anything to add?
Oh, is that all you had to say about that?
I'm exhausting my well now at this point. Well, you kind of just you answered my question. You're
Okay.
like, yeah, it'll just be life. Whatever.
Yeah, I
I'm not
mean,
gonna argue with you over what you would use your full dive for or not. Because like, yeah,
well, for one, I'm not the biggest fan of MMOs anyway.
yeah,
Um, if I guess if maybe if there was like a single player type game you loaded
like
yourself into,
Skyrim as full dive
yeah,
Skyrim.
and it would just like you're the only one that's actually being simulated or be like loaded into this world. Everything else is like some kind of simulation RPG type computer program, basically. Like I would again, it would depend on what kind of game it was, but I would be more on board with that kind of idea. So
Yeah, so you just wouldn't play any online games with a full dive. You just play single player games,
right, pretty
unless
much.
the online game was like a life simulator.
Right. But yeah, I would prefer more of a life simulation type scenario, I think, for that particular thing.
Okay, I mean, I would probably try out all kinds of games.
Yeah.
It's just well, like I mean, you'd kind of have to like. I'd want to try out like full dive racing game just because I like to drive cars and shit,
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like that
or
at
a
all.
full dive plane simulator.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
Well, because the problem I have with playing the actual games on like console and stuff is I don't have the feel like I'm used to,
Yeah.
and well, so it kind of like really weirds me out trying to play it. I mean, I could probably get a steering wheel, but those things are expensive, but I don't want to have to buy a whole like steering wheel set and all that just to play a racing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, on the Wii, you could use that little Wii wheel.
Ugh,
Oh, you didn't like that?
hell no.
I didn't use the Wii mode at all when I played Mario Kart. I always used the controller because
Yeah,
I could not steer right with that thing.
but
It's
like
like if
like
if you
because it's just
barely
a wheel and you're trying to keep it. But like the
yeah
wheels itself, like what I'm talking about, it's like a full like column and it's hooked in like in a car. So it actually has like resistance and shit. So it's just like you're driving an actual car. You're just the steering wheel parts.
yeah, that would be boring to me. I would not like that. I don't even want to drive in real life, let alone pretend like I'm driving in a game.
I mean, I guess yeah, for you because you'd want a chauffeur. So like,
We keep pausing and like staring.
yeah,
Anyway, we're about out of time, so unless you
well,
have something else to add, I guess we could wrap
no.
things up.
Leave in the comments. If we want to do any more top whatevers, top 5, top 10, even if you want us to do a top 20 of something.
Oh
That might be
God.
a little more difficult, but keep it. Uh, if you were stuck in a video game, would you rather if you died in real life, or if you died, you revive but lose your memory? Also, would you or would you not try out full dive if it actually was a thing and was actually working? Those are my questions. You got any?
Oh no, just like and subscribe and all the good stuff. Play my game. It's not a game that you get loaded into though. You just play like with your keyboard and mouse, and actually just with the
Uh, he can't just stick with the podcast. He's got to do other shit.
keyboard.
Oh well, I
I
guess
did that before the podcast.
I know. Well, let's let this man go play his video games. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.